Well, welcome back. I'm here with Rochelle Lipker. She is the Executive Director of American Red Cross Omaha Council Bluffs Metro Area Chapter. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, I mean, everybody knows what the American Red Cross is, but there's so many different things that you do. So what we're going to talk specifically today is your disaster cycle services and what is it doing locally and also nationally?
Yeah, since September 7th, we have been deploying our volunteers and staff to help with Hurricane Florence that has hit the East Coast,
right.
As of September 14th. And so with our partners, we've provided over 1.32 million meals and snacks.
Wow.
And provided over 120,000 nights of stay in our shelters, and we still have shelters that are open. So it's an amazing feat to watch from afar, but it's even more awesome when you're right there in the trenches.
Absolutely. So how has Hurricane Florence, how has it affected people locally?
Yeah, so we have disasters. So the Red Cross responds to about 66,000 disasters every year. And so Hurricane Florence has, takes some of our trained volunteers, and we've sent them over to the East Coast to help. But we respond every single day to local disasters such as home fires. And so we need additional help to respond to those, but also with our blood services.
Yeah.
A lot of the areas that have been impacted on the East Coast, we're not able to collect blood donations. So we're needing to kind of step up and roll up our sleeves and help. So absolutely.
Well, and let's just talk a little bit about blood donation because that's such an important piece of what you do. So people here locally, do you have blood drives set up? How can people find out where to go? I mean, I see the blood mobile driving around to different locations, but tell us just a little bit about what are the steps that we need to take for those of us wanting to give blood?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can download the blood donor app, the American Red Cross blood donor app. You can download that on your favorite, whether you have an Android phone or an iPhone, you can download it for free. You can search by location, time of day, search by when you're going to have free time. You can call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcrossblood.org to schedule your donation. And so whether you're a first-time donor or somebody who's been donating a long time, that blood is absolutely needed.
Yeah.
Every 2 seconds, somebody in America needs blood or blood product, and blood cannot be manufactured. It has to come from a human, and so we just definitely need the blood and blood products.
And how often can somebody give blood?
So that really depends. So if you're giving a whole unit of blood, you can donate every 56 days. But if you do platelets, that I believe it's every 7 days. So you can go into your blood donor app. You can ask when you call, and they will definitely tell you.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about other lines of service that you have. You have preparedness, health and safety, first aid, CPR, AED classes?
We do. So that's our preparedness, health, and safety line of service. And so, you just never know when you're going to be the first person onto a scene and you need to respond. So we train people every day on what to do in cases of emergencies, whether it's performing CPR or somebody has a cut and you need to attend to that. So you can also find more information out about, the preparedness, health, and safety line by visiting our website or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to find out your nearest class.
Okay, because again, I think first aid, CPR especially, are just important classes to have some kind of knowledge in and be able to just act in the event of an emergency.
Yeah, absolutely. And most people remember when you had to spend 6 or 8 hours in a class. We now have blended learning. So you can take a lot of that class at home and then come in and test out. Yeah, so it's only a couple hours. So instead of spending an entire day, it's just a couple hours right there in class and demonstrating your skills and testing out.
Yeah.
So that makes it very much, very convenient for a lot of people.
Love technology.
Love it.
And how it helps that way. And just want to touch on services to the armed forces.
Yeah, so we're commissioned by Congress to do emergency messaging, and I think people forget that we still have our military members overseas, and so we do a lot of support to our military members and their families, reunification workshops, get to know us before you need us kind of thing. And so then, the military is always working and always working behind the scenes. There's so much that we don't see that's happening each and every day.
Yeah. And then finally, just briefly, let's talk about international services.
So this is our best kept secret. So we have what's called reconnecting loved ones. And so what happens is a lot of times people are displaced from their loved ones because either a natural disaster or war or conflict. And so, they don't know if their loved one is alive or deceased. And so we can open up a free confidential case to try and locate their loved ones. And so that's a really neat program that we have.
Okay. Well, Rochelle, thank you so much. I know you guys are in our giving guide that we put out every year, and there's a nice little one page that also gives some other ways to help and share what you guys do and making donations. Tell us again a website where people can go to learn more.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about either volunteering or just any of the services we provide, you can go to redcross.org or you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
And then lastly, you do have an annual luncheon in March.
We do.
Because it's Red Cross Awareness Month, I believe, March.
Yes, yes, and so and we honor heroes, local heroes, and so that's an amazing. Yeah, it's a great breakfast or lunch, whichever time we have it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you once again for coming, and we hope you will all check out Give Blood, learn CPR through the American Red Cross. So, thank you, and we will be right back.